Good morning. I wrote myself some notes because I tend to forget things anymore. But as a representative of the transition team and council here this morning, I was going to take just a minute kind of to give you an idea of where we're at during our time of vacancy from a senior pastor here. We had printed an article back in the January Community Connections that kind of outlined some of our thoughts and the direction that we were proposing to go. We had expressed in that article that we were considering to recommend the hiring of a transitional pastor during this time. And the council has agreed with that. And together with that, we have now hired Pastor Jim Busscher. Many of you will remember Jim from a few weeks ago when he was here with the morality ladder. Kind of put yourself onto that ladder. And so he has committed to join us here for the next 9, 12, 15, however long it takes for us to fill that vacancy. And he is going to, like I say, work with us here to kind of promote the ministries here at Community. Pastor Jim is a trained transitional pastor. He's been doing this type of work, I believe, for the last 14 or 15 years now. So he brings a lot of expertise to us here at Community. Pastors like himself are a kind of a special breed. They come into a church that has either had some disastrous things happen, or they come in where there has been a pastor that has been there for a really long, extended period of time. And these transitional pastors, like Jim, can turn a time of vacancy into a unifying, clarifying, and healthy period, while also providing the preaching, pastoral care, and other functions that are expected from a pastor. Got to remember that Jim's not our long-term pastor. He is going to help us here, help us to grow, and he's going to help us to maintain continuity throughout this whole process. And he's going to get us ready for whomever God has in store for us somewhere down the road in the future. Meeting with Pastor Jim for several meetings over the last month or so, I tell you, the man is a wealth of gifts that God has blessed him with. And he has committed to use these gifts for us here at Community, and I just praise the Lord for that. Although Pastor Jim isn't going to actually start his full-time role here for a couple of weeks yet, I believe he's going to start the 15th of February. We do have some other pulpit supply lined up, so he may not start preaching quite that soon. He may not start for another 4 or 5 weeks yet, but like I say, so we've got some great pulpit supply lined up to get Jim kind of acclimated into his new position here. And so no skipping out on church. Everybody needs to be here. So that being said, how about a big community welcome for Pastor Jim Busscher? He does have a wife. She will be here second service, so we definitely want to welcome her too. So.